Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Mark Lynn. Namaskar, coming up in the next 30 minutes. Prime Minister Modi holds bilateral talks with President Javier Milei of Argentina. The Prime Minister highlights India's strength in healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors. India and Argentina deepen ties with a focus on boosting trade, energy, critical minerals and youth opportunities. 171 million Indians escaped poverty in the last decade as India climbs to 4th spot in global income equality ranking, says the World Bank. And Neeraj Chopra throws the javelin 86.18 meters to win the Niraj Chopra Classic in Bengaluru. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is in Argentina on a two-day visit. The Prime Minister was accorded a ceremonial welcome upon his arrival at the airport. Now, the visit aims to deepen the multifaceted strategic partnership between India and Argentina. This is the first bilateral visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Argentina in 57 years, marking a new chapter in India-Argentina ties. Following his arrival, the Prime Minister was warmly received by members of the Indian diaspora outside his hotel. He witnessed a traditional Indian dance performance and interacted with the enthusiastic crowd, who chanted Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Modi Modi to welcome him. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was accorded a ceremonial reception at the Presidential Palace, Casa Rosada, in Buenos Aires. The Prime Minister was received by President of Argentina, Javier Milei. Prime Minister Modi and President Milei also waved to the crowds at the balcony of the Presidential Palace in Buenos Aires. Prime Minister Narendra Modi held delegation-level talks with President Javier Milei, who was leading the Argentinian delegation. Earlier, Prime Minister Modi paid tribute to the San Martin Memorial in Buenos Aires. This happened on Saturday after his arrival in Argentina. This is the third leg of his five-nation tour. The Monumento al General San Martin is an imposing equestrian monument. It honors José de San Martin, the revered liberator of Argentina, Chile and Peru. Stands as a symbol of Latin American independence and is a significant site of national pride in Argentina. The Prime Minister's visit to this memorial underscores India's respect for global freedom fighters. Prime Minister Modi landed in Ezeiza International Airport earlier on Friday, and he's on an official visit at the invitation of the President of the Republic of Argentina, Javier Milei. And during his visit to Argentina, Prime Minister Narendra Modi paid floral tributes to Mahatma Gandhi in Buenos Aires. At the bust of Mahatma Gandhi, the Prime Minister also interacted with Indian community members in Buenos Aires. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also paid a tribute to Rabindranath Tagore in Buenos Aires. In November 1924, Rabindranath Tagore had come to Argentina on his way to Peru, and he was invited to attend the centenary celebrations of the Battle of Ayacucho, which helped Peru become free from Spanish rule. And when he reached Buenos Aires, he also became unwell because he was very tired from the very long trip around Europe. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi discussed potential opportunities for partnership in the energy sector with the Argentinian president during his meeting with Javier Milei.
The Prime Minister highlighted India's strength in the healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors, particularly the capacity to produce high-quality, affordable medicines. He discussed the possibility of India being moved from Annex 2 to Annex 1 of Argentina's pharmaceutical regulatory framework, which would facilitate smoother entry of Indian pharmaceutical products into the Argentine market.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted India's strengths in the pharmaceutical sector, as was mentioned there, and he discussed the possibilities of exporting high-quality, affordable medicines to Argentina, as we heard.
The Prime Minister highlighted India's strength in the healthcare and pharmaceutical sectors, particularly the capacity to produce high-quality, affordable medicines. He discussed the possibility of India being moved from Annex 2 to Annex 1 of Argentina's pharmaceutical regulatory framework, which would facilitate smoother entry of Indian pharmaceutical products into the Argentine market.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi discussed India's Unified Payments Interface, or the UPI system, with the Argentinian President Javier Milei. He highlighted how it has increased productivity in India.
The other major topic of discussion during lunch was about India's UPI, Unified Payment Interface system, and how it has increased productivity in India, how it has led to very impressive formalization in the Indian economy, how it generates more data which can be used by the government and by economists to try and target various benefits to sections of the population more efficiently, how it generates a credit record that can be relied on for microcredit for farmers and small businesses, how the formalization of the economy has increased tax compliance.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the BRICS summit at Rio de Janeiro on the 6th of July and the 7th of July. And on the 8th of July, the Prime Minister will have a bilateral meeting with the President of Brazil, Lula da Silva, in Brasilia. Now, from artists to chefs, business leaders, small children as well, the Indian community is looking forward to preparing for Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to Brazil. Here's Soban Saxena with a report from Sao Paulo.
The members of Indian community in Brazil are very excited and enthusiastic about the visit of Prime Minister Modi here on July 5th. The community is preparing hard to welcome the Prime Minister of India. Led by Kathak teacher Gyan Shikarahe, Indian ladies from 3 different cities are preparing a special dance for the PM's reception at Rio de Janeiro.
We are preparing a cultural program to welcome our PM and to homage our Indian Armed Force and PM sir. One girl, she's preparing very beautiful painting for to receive our PM, and of course cultural singing, dancing will be there.
At Brazil's best-known Indian restaurant, Chef Dipali Vaskar, who had served the PM during the G20 summit last year, is again working on a special menu for PM Modi.
It's been a great joy and a very privileged occasion for us to serve Mr. Modi, our Prime Minister of India. This will be the second time, and we'll be serving him a traditional menu as well as some local touches to some dishes considering his diet restrictions and his choices of food.
It's a great privilege and honor as an Indian restaurant which is going to take care of the meals and nutritional part of Mr. Modi in Rio de Janeiro. And being a member of Indian community, we are very excited for this event. Again, a lot of cultural activities are participated, a lot of enthusiasm among the Indian community and diaspora here to visit and greet and meet Mr. Modi. And this thing, I think, will be a memorable event that will be captured by every young, old, and youth, and the kids too.
I'm really excited. It's my first time seeing the Prime Minister. When I just came hearing this news, I was really happy. I'm also going to perform in the cultural performance.
Indian business community, mostly based in Sao Paulo, is gearing up to receive PM Modi in Rio de Janeiro and Brasilia this week.
Any head of the state visiting a country and then making a specific space and time to meet the community representatives is very symbolic and has a huge, I think, emotional connection, but also sends a symbolic message that we understand you, we are listening to your concerns, and we're going to address that concern.
A large number of members of Indian community are heading to Rio and Brasilia to welcome Prime Minister Modi, and they hope that his visit to BRICS summit and the bilateral meeting with President Lula will bring a new dimension to good relations between India and Brazil. This is Shobhan Saxena for DD India, Sao Paulo, Brazil.
An important business gathering is taking shape under the BRICS umbrella with a high-profile Indian business delegation in Brazil, from agribusiness to gems and jewelry to startups. The Indian delegation is scouting for new collaboration opportunities. DD India speaks to the delegation in Rio de Janeiro about their expectations from the summit. Let's listen.
Joined in by all business people from India. Ma'am, thank you so much for talking to us, and we already have a delegation. What are the expectations? What are we talking about? What is the brainstorming that's going on?
It's really heartening to see that for the Brazilian business delegation and who we've been interacting with, and of course the government officials here are really interested in promoting Brazilian startups. So I think there's a great synergy between Indian startups, Indian investors, legacy companies.
We're going to get some more visuals coming in from Buenos Aires. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is being given a farewell at the airport. He's about to emplane, and he will be leaving for the neighboring country, Brazil, to land in Rio de Janeiro in about 2.5 hours' time. This is the conclusion of the third leg of the Prime Minister's visit. This is to Argentina, where the ties have been deepened in several sectors. Both countries are looking to improve trade relations, to deepen the people-to-people connections, especially amongst the youthful populations of both countries, and are looking at improving agricultural produce on both sides. And India has been looking for access into the Argentinian market as far as the pharmaceutical sector is concerned, because India is well known as the provider of affordable health care, and Argentina can certainly benefit from India's expertise in this field. One of the decisions that has already been taken is that Indian drugs that have been approved by the US FDA can easily find access to the Argentinian market. So this is the conclusion of the third leg of the Prime Minister's visit. We continue to play out these visuals for you. Prime Minister has just boarded the Air India One and he shall be heading to Rio de Janeiro. You see that he is in the southern hemisphere, and whilst it's very hot here in India, the winter is prevailing, so the Prime Minister dressed in warm clothing. This visit took place at the invitation of the Argentinian President, Javier Milei. It was a two-day visit, July 4th and 5th. And enhancing cooperation in several sectors. Amongst them, energy and opportunities for Indian pharmaceutical sectors, critical minerals. There's plenty of opportunity as far as energy is concerned, because Argentina has massive resources of shale gas and also critical minerals. And India, both countries are looking to improve energy security levels. Our correspondent Arun Sharma will be standing by to give us an update on the outcomes of the Prime Minister's visit. The Ministry of External Affairs did hold a press conference about an hour ago, in which they did mention the things that I have been mentioning to you about the areas of deepened cooperation in several sectors, including energy, agriculture. And over the lunch discussion as well, the Prime Minister and President Milei had discussions on several new areas of possibility, which include the uses of drones in agriculture and also in monitoring of borders, including monitoring of high tension wires. There was also talk about sports cooperation, India's expertise in cricket, and of course Argentina's expertise in football. Argentina are the reigning world champions. And of course, the land of Lionel Messi, the greatest footballer of the current times. Also the land of Diego Maradona, who was regarded as one of the great footballers of all time. Both leaders had expressed the interest in enhancing collaboration in the defense sector, and Prime Minister also had sought Argentina's support for expanding the India-Mercosur preferential trade agreement. These are some of the areas where both sides had talked in depth. So Prime Minister has embarked on the next leg of his visit. He is heading to Rio de Janeiro, where he will be attending the BRICS summit and also having a bilateral meeting with President Lula. The bilateral meeting will not take place in Rio de Janeiro. It will be taking place in the capital of Brazil, in Brasilia. Now, moving on to our next story, the 16th Toy Biz International B2B exhibition is being held at New Delhi's Bharat Mandapam. It's from the 4th to the 7th of July, with over 400 Indian brands exhibiting their innovations. It's organized every year by the Toy Association of India, and this expo has evolved into South Asia's premier B2B trade show for toys and games. Abhishek Mahajan reports.
Over 350 Indian toy manufacturers have come together under one roof for Toy Biz, showcasing their latest creations from traditional wooden toys to cutting-edge games, all proudly made in India. A large number of foreign buyers are expected to participate in this mega event.
About more than 50 countries, the registration is done for the foreign buyers. Number is more than 125. So this is the first time in the history for toy industry we have invited more than 50 countries buyer. They are looking at the toys and they are surprised that we are displaying a good quality product with the good packaging and competitive price.
This exhibition is a testament to India's growing manufacturing capabilities as country is setting new standards and a wide market.
PM Modi had in October 2020 edition of Man Ki Baat, he has emphasized the role of toys, and in 2014 itself he said to be vocal for local. Nobody understood this at that time, and today we are a good player in international arena.
Backed by Make in India initiative, the Indian toy industry has seen a remarkable transformation in recent years, with exports increasing and imports dropping by nearly 70% since 2014. India's toy industry, once heavily dependent on imports, is now manufacturing domestically and exporting to 153 countries.
Design, packaging and branding, ये तीन विषयों के ऊपर अगर हमने सबने फोकस किया तो मैं समझता हूं कि आगे चल के the world will be our market.
Now hailed as South Asia's premier B2B trade show for toys and games, Toy Biz has become a powerful platform connecting Indian manufacturers with global buyers, promoting not just commerce but culture too.
It's a B2B exhibition, so we are getting along with a lot of customers who wants us to manufacture for them. So like a lot of OEM orders from big brands from all over the world, and we are also getting people who come and who want to take toys to Singapore, Dubai, Hong Kong, and get things manufactured specifically from India.
This is a major shift from the 12th edition of the exhibition held in 2019, wherein of 116 stalls, 90 stalls exhibited only imported toys. Abhishek Mahajan's report, DD India.
A tournament named after India's double Olympic medalist Neeraj Chopra kicked off in the southern city of Bengaluru on Saturday, and the star-studded 12-member Nir Chopra Classic was set to be the country's first World Athletics category event. The ace javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra did well in the competition, and as we said, he threw a throw of 86.18 meters to win this event. Well, that's all we have in this edition of DD India Live. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.